Hi, my name's Louis, aka MrCameraJunkie, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Sony FE 50mm f1.8. This is not going to be like a traditional review, more like my experience with this lens. When I first heard of this lens, all I was able to find was bad reviews. I even read somewhere, worst lens ever. Don't buy. But we'll get to that later. Through my many camera deals, I had in my possession a Sony a6000. I started to play with this camera and really liked its features. But I knew to make the most out of this kit, I would have to invest in some glass. And Sony glass is expensive. Luckily, I was able to find a Metabones adapter for $100 on OfferUp. Now I was able to use all of my Canon glass on my Sony a6000. Right away, I was able to see the potential in this camera by putting quality glass in front of its sensor. And it didn't take long for me to fall in love with the results that I got with the Canon EF 50mm f1.4. Now, adapted lenses work, but they are slow to focus. In the studio, manual focus is fine, but the autofocus would hunt for days. I had an upcoming photo shoot with a 6-year-old boy who was very active. So I knew that the manual focus was not gonna cut it. I looked into what Sony had to offer in the same aperture range. The Zeiss 50mm f1.4 at a whopping $1498 US. Needless to say that $1,500 falls right out of the category of budget photography. Then I came across the Sony FE 50mm f1.8 at $200. I decided to ask my Facebook photography groups their opinions on this lens. I was not expecting the vitriol and hate that this small inanimate object received in the comments section. It'll be okay, it'll be okay. As far as someone even writing the worst lens ever, don't buy. Personally, I don't think that guy has tested every lens ever made. Nevertheless, these were the types of comments in the chat. That prompted me to find out why the hate. Apparently, most of the complaints have to do about the autofocus noise. Not slow autofocus, but the autofocus noise. Compared to the Canon 1.4 that sounds like I'm racking billiard balls every time it hunts for focus, noise while autofocusing was not going to be an issue for me. Next, I stopped by my local Best Buy and picked one up for $200. I figured if I didn't like the lens, I can still return it for a 15% restocking fee, which is still cheaper than the price I would have paid to rent this same lens for 1 week. And I actually have 30 days to make my decision. I am the one. Right away, I was pleasantly surprised with the results. This lens is sharp, and the autofocus works fast when paired with my a6000. Being able to keep up with an energetic 6-year-old boy and still able to capture sharp, in-focus shots says a lot. The performance of a native lens is always best, and I feel that you can still use this lens for video because of its excellent low light capability. Just use an external audio recorder, which I would recommend as well. At the end of the day, what makes a lens good or not for me has to do with the final image quality and ease of use. So, would I recommend this lens? Absolutely. The benefits outweigh the one main negative, being the autofocus noise. It's sharp, wide open, light, and easy to use. And did I mention it looks good too? With that being said, I just wanted to show this lens a little love because of all of the hate that it's received in the past. I feel the best camera is the one that you can't put down. Remember, glass before ass. Optics are always more important than the camera body. So find the camera that you've liked best, the one that just feels right in your hand. Get a good lens like a 50mm f1.8 and go out and take lots of pictures. Life changes rapidly, capture what you can. My name's Louis, aka Mr. Camera Junkie, and I will see everyone in the next video.